Hi there, I'm Dr. Rochelle Moore, and I want to talk to you today about a very, very important subject matter. It is something that many people struggle with, and something that pretty much touches all of our lives. I mean, pretty much everyone I know have to deal with money. Now, the thing about money is that most people talk about how much they want money and how it will solve all of their problems. And you sort of use money as the problem and the solution. But at the same time, as much as people say they want money and they need money and all the things that they can do with it, the fact of the matter is most people hate money. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe, something that is basically necessary for us to have the things that we want and need. It's hated by so many people. And it's evidenced by the fact that 99% of people have only 1% of the money. I mean, think about it. Most people hate saving money. They hate spending money. They hate budgeting money. They hate anything about money. And people blame most of their problems on money. Relationships breaking down. Lack of money is, said to be the reason for bad behavior. And most people feel at a disadvantage when it comes to money. So if you're feeling all of these negative feelings about money, that's probably why you don't have very much of it. And that's probably why when you do get it, you do everything you can to get rid of it as quickly as possible because you don't understand it. Well, here's what I'm going to do for you. I've been studying the subject of money for quite a few years now, since somewhere around 2006. And I've uncovered a lot of information. I've been able to turn my own financial situation around 180 degrees. I mean, literally, I went from just basically financially struggling to financial abundance. And what I'm going to do is within the next few minutes, I'm going to share some very, very important information with you. I'm going to talk about the real reason why you don't have money. I'm going to reveal that to you because, a lot of people think it's the fact that they don't have a job or their job doesn't pay much. That is partially the reason why you don't have money. I'm going to share with you how to attract money, whether you are unemployed, underemployed, or whether you do pretty well with bringing in the money, but maybe you're just ready for a major lifestyle upgrade. So let's get started. Now, first thing that I told you that I will talk to you about is the real reason why you do not have money. And what I said earlier is because you don't understand money. And that's the case. That's the truth. Think about it. When did you take money in school? Now, school is, what I have always thought school was for, is for you to be able to effectively function in our society and hopefully to add to society's growth, to innovate, to be able to also produce some things that will uplift yourself, some things that will, support you to be self-sufficient, to be productive, and to add to the system that's already been created here for us. And to be able to do that in a way where you can communicate effectively with other people. And so you take all these different subjects in school: math, science, social studies, literature, and all these different subjects. And what's interesting is money was never taught. And it seems like it was assumed that if you understood math, you understood money. Well, that's only part of it, because money is also energy. Money has a particular energy. And it seems to me that money has been purposely sold to people as somewhat challenging subject matter. When you look at financial shows and you read anything about finances, a lot of the information is hidden behind this jargon, all of these words that you don't understand. And to be honest with you, based on what I've learned, it's by design. It is definitely intentional, but it's not as challenging as you might think. And when you start to understand the energy of money, the heartbeat, so to speak, of money begins to flow to you much easily and in larger amounts. Why? Because you're not as afraid of it. You don't hate it as much because now you understand it. You don't fear it. You don't blame it because now you understand that it's not money that's the reason for the bad behavior. It's not money or the lack of money that's the reason for your relationship breakdown. And you can actually deal with the real reason that these things are happening in your life, and you can take money out of the equation and let it be what it is, which is just a tool. And that gives you the room to learn about money itself as a tool, and to not apply these other emotional issues and blame money for these issues. The other thing that I told you that I was going to talk about is how you can begin to attract money, whether you're unemployed, underemployed, or need a lifestyle upgrade. And what I've done is, a couple years ago, I wrote a book called Homemade Money. And the reason why I wrote this book is honestly because I was pretty fed up about working so much for so many people and still feeling like I didn't have enough. And that was still during the time period that I was blaming money for some of my problems. Now, the book is meant to give you some ways to attract money. But it does take more than this, because what this book talks about is the fact that, let's say you're unemployed. This book will give you how to get employed globally. Now, I know you can't really see that. This is the table of contents, and you can see where it says getting employed globally. The other thing that I offer in this book is how to write your resume, a free resume wizard, upgrading your skills for free. This book actually talks about how you can go to college for free. Most people say they can't go to college or they can't further their education because they don't have money. So part of what this book does is it robs you of the lie of, if I don't have the money, I don't have the money. I can't get money because I don't have money. I can't get an education because I don't have money. I can't, all of these things. You also get in this book all of the different ways to start a business, what you need to know to start a business, how to market your business. There's a lot of information. The other thing is, I keep it very, very simple in this book. This book, I don't know if you can see that, it's very thin. Okay, this is not going to be it's not going to take you weeks or months. You can read this book in one sitting, and it's a very good reference tool. You can refer back to it over and over and over. Now, here's the other thing that I want to offer you is that not only do you need this, because the truth is, I can give you millions of ways to make money. I can give you all the education in the world, and I'll prove it to you. In this book, there are, let me find it here. Give me just 1 second. Let me see. 150 million, no. 1 million worldwide jobs, and $150 million worth of income that is in this book. Okay, so we're not having a problem finding a job, finding ways to make money. Education is free. We're not having a problem with education. The other thing that I want to point out is that millennials are the most highly educated generation. but have the highest level of unemployment of any generation. So we can agree that it's not jobs, it's not education. But if that's what you think it is, it's in this book. It's right here. $9 for the book. You got it. Okay? The other part is your psychology about money, and that's your understanding of money. So what I offer to help alter your, what I call your inner money monologue. What do you tell yourself about money? How do you feel about it? What are some of your feelings about money? Well, the Money in the Matrix audio meditation will help you to alter your mental money monologue so that you can start feeling more comfortable with money. You can start having a better understanding of money as a tool. And it speaks directly to your subconscious. The reason why speaking to your subconscious is important is because, let's face it, you were born into a situation of preset circumstances. And when you came forward into being, you were taught these feelings, thoughts, and reactions about money from the people that were surrounding you in your environment. So you were kind of predestined, so to speak, to feel and think about money in the way that you've always felt and thought about it, because the people around you, you didn't have the benefit of learning about money in school. So the people around you, through their feelings about money, through their energy, through their words, money is the root of all evil and blah, 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 blah. Money is hard to come by, money doesn't grow on trees, and all of these different messages you received through word and through deed. Me personally, I never saw my mother save money. The way she handled money was get money, pay bills, and spend the rest. And for a long time, that's what I did. I earned it, paid bills, and shopped and did other things with my money. I didn't save it. I didn't invest it. I didn't budget it. There's a lot of ways to handle money that make you a good steward of money and will allow you to attract more money into your experience. I'm not talking about loving money. I'm not talking about hoarding money. I'm not talking about worshiping money. I am talking about respecting yourself enough to gain an understanding for something that's very important to your life. You owe it to yourself to know money. Not because it's going to lead you to the road to happiness, but it's not the root of evil either. It is a tool that helps you. It helps you do the things that you want to do in your life. It adds energy to anything that you're trying to do, whether it's help someone, build something, create something, invent something. Money is a tool that supports those things, and you deserve more of it. And so give yourself this opportunity to learn more about money. The other thing that I offer you that I think you're going to love is I actually offer a course, and you can sign up for it. It's called the Money Attraction Course. It is 7 wonderful modules, and it is an education about money. I actually talk about the history of money, why we value a $20 bill over a $1 bill, even though they're made of the same exact substance. It's the same thing, 75% cotton and 25% linen, but we value these little pieces of paper. And they do change our energetic makeup when we come in contact with money. And there's a reason for all of that. And when you have an understanding for all of that, you will attract more money automatically. You won't be able to keep it away. And that course is offered. You can pay full price and download all of the courses. But I also wanted to make it something where it could be an evolution of sorts, so that you can take it module by module by module and pay for each module separately, so that you don't have to pay all in at once. Now, if you want to download all the information, you could share it with your friends and family that way, or you could take it course by course by course by course, and that way it may be just easier for some people. I'm the kind of person who I want it all at once. you know. But then there are other people who they like bite-sized approach. So I do offer that, you know, there's something there for everyone. The last thing that I want to touch on is myself and my history and why I decided to do this. Several years ago, back in 2006, I made a decision. I woke up and I decided that I was not going to not have money. I decided that I was not going to not take care of myself financially. And I was able to build a really wonderful business that served me and many others. I made a lot of money. I sold lots of homes. I sold mortgages. It was a great thing, and I was able to earn a lot and do a lot with the money. And it kind of started me on a journey. And because what I didn't understand was why it was sort of up and down with money. It never seemed to be anything steady. And instead of just talking about being a millionaire or talking about being rich, which a lot of people do, I decided to actually do it. I decided to actually do something about it and not just go to my job every day and, you know, hope that I would win the lottery or that somebody would knock on my door with $1 million check. I knew better than that. I knew that this was going to have to be something that I would have to bring myself to, and I would have to be serious about it. I didn't understand anything about budgeting or investing or saving, and I started on a journey, and I hired a life coach, a money coach. She was a life coach who sort of coached money too, and I enjoyed the time that I spent with her, but I needed a more direct approach to money. And what I realized is that they're kind of one and the same. Life coaching and money coaching is sort of one and the same. But anyway, I went on a journey that did not include my coach. And what I learned is that me, along with many other people, was using money as an excuse for not having money. It's weird. You know, like I said before, it was sort of the problem and the solution. And what I realized in that is that by making money the problem and the solution, I was in fact worshiping money. And I was putting it on a pedestal that I needed to be on. I had to take money down and let money be the tool, and I had to be the user of the tool. And that's what I give you in the books and in the course and in the audio CDs that I offer. I know this has gone on. We're almost 18 minutes in, and I don't want to go on and on and on about me, but I do want to give you a little bit of background just so that you understand. I had my son when I was 16 years old, and when I was 17 years old, I was in a homeless shelter with him. I got married at 18, divorced at 19, and my life has not been easy, but what I have managed to do is I've managed to, even with those very humble beginnings, I've managed to put myself through school. I've managed to start several successful businesses that didn't necessarily produce a lot of money. I say successful because I did what I set out to do, and I did make some money, although, you know, there were many times that I spent more money than I was making. But what really changed my life, my financial life, my business life, my health, was having an understanding of my relationship to money. And it made my work easier. It made my business life easier. It just lifted the burden of earning a living off of me, and it allowed for me to open myself up so that money could flow into my experience. And it's been a beautiful journey thus far. It's been challenging at times, but it's really been a beautiful journey. And what I hope is that you will join me on this journey. I'm still on the journey. I've reached most of my financial goals, but the other thing that I learned is I learned to relax, because I'm always going to want more. I'm always going to be seeking. I'm always going to be growing. I'm always going to be changing, and hopefully so are you, you know. But I offer this work to you. I hope that it serves you. I hope that you will take advantage of all of this information that I've gathered, all of the trial and error and and I've condensed it all so that you don't have to walk this walk. Buy a book, read it, follow, what I talk about in the book. There's so many jobs in there. There's so many business ideas, so much information. It's a really short book. I'm going to do an expanded version, but this was another sort of labor of love for me, is to write this book and get it out to the public and release it, because it was something, it's my art, it's my work, and it was something that I played very close to the vest. And it took me, as short as it is, it took me 2 years to release the book, because there again, it wasn't about the book, it wasn't about the money, it was my creation and it was my art, and this is my offering to the world. And I hope that you enjoy it. I know that you will derive so much benefit out of the book, out of the CDs, out of the courses. I'm so looking forward to hearing your stories and hearing about your journey. Please email me. I'm DrMoore, that's DrMoore, at RochelleMoore.com. I'd love to hear your stories, and I'd love to hear your questions. Please ask me questions. Comment on the blog, RochelleMoore.com. I'm thinking it's /blog. If not, I will put it in this video. Somehow I'll figure it out and I'll get you the information, but definitely communicate with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening, and please enjoy what I have to offer. Thank you.